For people that haven't heard, James Franklin, the longtime Penn State head coach, is now the former Penn State head coach because he got fired. And let me briefly talk about exactly how we got here. You can't lose. It's okay if you lose 3 games in a row and you go up against, like I said, Oregon, Ohio State, and Michigan. If you got to play them 3 times in a row, that is a gauntlet of a schedule. But you didn't play those 3 teams in a row. You played Oregon, then you played UCLA, then you lost to a Northwestern. Northwestern is not a terrible team, but they should never be looked at the same caliber as a Penn State. There's 2 schools of thought when we talk about this James Franklin situation. School of thought 1 is you understand completely why James Franklin was fired. And this other thought is you understand, but you don't like the reasoning. Let me explain both. One of the worst things that has happened to Penn State of recent years has nothing to do with Penn State. One of the worst things that could have happened to Penn State is them watching Michigan win a championship a few years ago. Them watching Ohio State win a championship a few years ago. Them watching Oregon go undefeated last year and be a dominant team this year. All of which are in the Big Ten. I don't know if you guys remember, but a while ago, we had a conversation about expectation and versus reality. I kind of feel like Penn State clashes with that a little bit, which also led to this firing. Penn State views themselves as a Ohio State, as an Oregon, as a Michigan, which brings me back to James Franklin. The question is, and this kind of goes to the second school of thought, what stat do you want to look at? Because whatever stat you want to look at is how you're going to either defend James Franklin getting fired or fight James Franklin being fired. 4-21 or 124. 4-21 is James Franklin's record against top 10 opponents. 100 and I think 24 is his record against teams outside of the top 10. Do I think James Franklin is going to be out of commission for long? No. But I will say this. Another way that you can look at that 4-21 is you had 25 opportunities to cement yourself as a head coach that can win the quote unquote big game, and you only rose to the occasion 4 times.